Hi, and welcome to Freak Boy Runs. Here in week 26 of my 27-week training cycle. I just finished running a small interval session. It was 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds in zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4. And I repeated that 15 times. It was just a fairly easy intervals meant to basically be a maintenance activity during my taper, as well as keep the legs used to moving fast. So all the rest of my running this week is going to be very easy paced, somewhat similar to what I'm doing now. Zone 1, nothing very difficult. 7-mile long run on Sunday, and then another very small interval session next week. So I am going to be focusing on nutrition this week and next week, as well as getting some good rest. I'll keep up with my foam rolling and then just try to get through some of the heebie-jeebies that come along with the taper, because you kind of go a little bit crazy after doing such a long period of time of intense training, and then suddenly you're not doing very much, and it plays with your mind. So I gotta deal with that, but gotta do my best to get fully recovered and fully rested before the race. I'm gonna sign off for right now. I'll come back a little bit later in the week. Kind of a gloomy Sunday today for my final long run of this training cycle. And as I've mentioned before, just a very abbreviated long run, just 7 miles today, all very easy pace, kind of like what I'm doing now. Maybe I'll make it a progressive run where I speed up slightly as I go along, but we'll see if I can concentrate on that while I'm making the video. But by all accounts of my 8 marathons, this has by far been my best training cycle. I have walked the line a little bit, danced with the possibility of getting injured, but managed to not get injured in a 6-month cycle. And so I'm really pleased with that. I practiced very good nutrition. That was probably the best I've done nutrition wise throughout my training cycle as well. I was very disciplined on my eating habits. Very few cheat days, cheat meals, if you will. I also had very good sleep hygiene. I don't know if that's anything different. I've been doing that for quite some time now. So nothing really changed there. And I started this YouTube channel, which was another positive thing to do. A lot more work, mind you. It's really added to my extra workload, besides having to do my everyday job, training and managing the work, or the YouTube channel, has been a bit of a challenge, but it's been fun too. So this year, training cycle started earlier than normal. I had a lot of time after the San Diego half marathon that I ran, the Rock and Roll half marathon in June. I decided at that time I wanted to do Dallas again. So I booked my registration. I thought, well, why not start training now, train through the heat of the summer, and try and get the benefits of that. Hello. And I think that really actually paid off. The heat training, I think, was very good for me. Let me switch arms here. And then the weather really cooperated with me, all things considered. June was quite wet. You know, we got just drenched here in Texas, at least in North Texas, all through May and June. And then July was not as hot as it normally would have been for any of the other summers since I've been here. So that was a bit of a treat. August was hot, September was hot, but then October and November, really cool temperatures all the time, very little rain. It was just excellent for training. So I couldn't have asked for better there. You know, this is one of the very few exceptions, and I don't even mind this weather, but of a day that's not that nice. Cloudy, windy, a bit cold. The forecast for next Sunday is looking to be quite favorable, starting out at about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and then I think the temperature tops out at 63. So if that forecast holds, I'll be happy, but I digress a little bit here. Yeah, I started this training cycle on June 9th, and the marathon's going to be December 15th. So that's 27 weeks, normally an 18-week cycle, and I increased it pretty significantly by 50%. But that all worked out very well. All of my times in my various speed sessions and long runs and hot spots are looking to be faster than I was training last spring for Boston. So all the signs are looking good. I'm going to be shooting for a sub 3 hours and 20 minute marathon, and that's kind of bold considering my personal best is 3:31 from last year in Dallas, but I think I have a good shot at it. We'll see. So many different things can go right or wrong on the race day, so it remains to be seen if I can parlay this training cycle into a good race. But yeah, I started out there in June with a 10K time trial. I did a 10K race, and I used it as a time trial to set my heart rate zone calibration, and that was really fun. Did a couple races there in June, a 10K and a 5K. Ended up doing 33 speed sessions overall throughout the cycle. I guess so far I've done 32. I'm doing my 33rd here on Tuesday. And This is the 27th long run. It's been, I think, 21 of those have been a half marathon or more. So 21 of those have been 21 plus kilometers. And I totaled out, or at least after this week is done, I will have totaled out at almost exactly, maybe plus or minus 1 mile, 1,500 miles for the training cycle of running. That's 2,400 kilometers. For those of you that need a translation. And as I said, I was good on my sleep hygiene, good on my nutrition. I was also pretty good at my recovery and maintenance. I did 6 sports massages, so averaged 1 per month. Can't really afford to do much more than that. But I did maintain, I did maintain my foam rolling every single day. And the only days I may have missed a foam rolling is on some of those massage days. I didn't do a foam roll. Unless I had done it before the massage, I didn't try and do it afterwards. And I also did a lot of strength and conditioning work. I've upped my game there, and that was one of my goals, was in this training cycle to up my game with strength and conditioning. I've done 89 sessions so far, and I'm just doing very light maintenance sessions right now, and I'll do probably 2 or 3 this week. Nothing heavy at all, just some maintenance work, so I keep those muscles firing and don't lose any fitness from that perspective. So yeah, it's been a really good experience. I hope that, you know, I can learn from this and carry over into my future training cycles some of the good habits that I've formed and maintained throughout this cycle. I'm not going to be able to do a 27-week cycle before every marathon. So that's not really part of it, but just the strength and conditioning work, I think I will try to continue to up my game in that regard going forward. I'll do as much of the sports massages as I can. As I said, they're quite expensive, so can't really afford to do it too often, but hopefully I can keep up once per month, and we'll see how it goes. But that's pretty much all I wanted to do for the rest of this video, was just kind of summarize my journey through this cycle and wrap it up. And my next video will be race weekend, and I'll try hard to get some footage during the race as well. So until then, I'm gonna wrap it up. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, as I always ask. Comment and share if you have any time to do that. Until next time, on Freak Boy Runs. Freak Boy out!